He came up to the window in the mist, as I'd seen him often before. But he was solid then, not a ghost. And his eyes were fierce, like a man's when angry. He was laughing when he turned to look back over the belt of trees, glinting in the moonlight, to where the dogs were barking. Then he began promising me things, not in words, but by doing them. Have you seen that awful den of hellish infamy, with the very moonlight alive with grisly shapes, and every speck of dust that whirls in the wind, a devouring monster in embryo? Listen to them, the children of the night. What music they make.
Hey, Vampire Logan here. We're ready to play Curse of Strahd, episode 11. Anything you want to say beforehand, Jess?
Not too much, although I would like to say that we're going to kick off with a little character flashback here that is not known to your characters. This is out-of-game flashback knowledge, but kick it off, Shabaka.
Oh.
All right. So this might take a little while because I'm doing kind of two bits here. But back in the past of Shabaka's life as a young bugbear amongst the bugbear tribe in the north of Icewind Dale, he lived a pretty harsh life. Most of the creatures there lived a harsh life due to the cold and the scarcity of resources. The bugbear tribe was a small group of several families that were beholden to a hobgoblin warlord, name to be determined later. The hobgoblin warlord ruled the tribe of goblins, hobgoblins, and bugbears, and had much conflict with some of the human barbarian tribes and orc tribes of the north. And so there was a lot of conflict and war. And also they would occasionally raid the people of the 10 towns. And this one scene in Shabaka's life was when they captured some people of 10 towns. There was a prisoner that was a small halfling man, and he was being beaten and tortured for information by the hobgoblins and bugbears. And Shabaka's family was assigned this prisoner to get some information out of him. And his father and mother had assigned Shabaka and his brothers to do the rough part of the interrogation. But Shabaka felt a little bit hesitant to do it. He didn't feel like the prisoner had done anything wrong. He had a different sensibility than a lot of his fellow goblinoids. And he was kind of squeamish about doing any of the torture. And he received a bunch of escalating problems from his brothers. They started taunting him, calling him Baby Baka, and these turned into a little more like physical shoves, and eventually turned into fights. Fights often broke out between these brothers and Shabaka. Shabaka was definitely the weakest one of them and got picked on quite a lot. So in this situation, he was beaten by his brothers, and his father came along and was seeing what was going on. And normally the father did approve of them beating up Shabaka because he felt Shabaka needed to be toughened up. And he wanted to make them force Shabaka to do this. And so after a number of beatings, Shabaka was too weak to resist, and he was forced under his father's hand and grip upon his neck to beat and injure this poor halfling. And Shabaka felt terrible about it, but there was nothing he could do. He was forced. And later on, Shabaka, because he didn't want to go through this again, he snuck secretly out of the house at night and freed the halfling prisoner and sent him on his way back to the 10 towns. And this halfling later became one of the people who stood up for him when he settled in the Lonely Wood as a druid. But at this time, Shabaka did not have any powers and didn't know that that was something he was destined for. And so when the family found out that the prisoner was missing, they immediately knew that it was Shabaka who set him free. And he was even more severely punished for this. His father took him out to a nearby tree, a frozen tree, tied him up by his legs upside down in the tree, while his brothers gleefully beat him with sticks and sometimes even bladed weapons. Shabaka took this all in stride, but as being not as strong of a bugbear, he could not resist this. And so as he sat there hanging from this tree, his father came up and did something that was even worse than any of his physical pain. His father said, "Shabaka, I am disappointed in you. You are not my son. You shall not have my part of my name," because his father's name was, I haven't made it up, but I'm going to say Torbaka. And Torbaka said, "You are no longer Shabaka. We will only call you Shah." And this really hurt Shabaka because he at least felt some kinship with his father up until that point. But his father said that you will not have this name again unless you earn it. And then he turned away, and his father went over to speak with his mother, and his leaving Shabaka to be beaten further by his brothers. Shabaka also overheard his father and mother speaking a little distance away, and his mother said, "He will ruin our family name. We will have problems with the warlord if they find out about this. We must do something about this." And Torbaka said, yes, I know. As his mother said, "This is not enough," his mother said. "You know what we have to do." And his father shook his head and then nodded. And they walked away. And then, after his brothers finished with him, he was left hanging there. He was unable to move or get free, and he was left in the freezing cold until an animal appeared, an animal of the forest. It was an emperor penguin, and this emperor penguin was a little bit unusual. It was more black than it was. They often have yellow on the front, but this one was a lot more black. And this one came up to him, and it basically pecked at the rope until it came free, and Shabaka fell to the snow. The emperor penguin came over, sort of nudged him, and Shabaka was able to wriggle free from his bonds. And Shabaka then also saw a shadow above this emperor penguin. And the shadow came to him and said, "You know what they are planning. They're going to kill you." You have to do something. And Shabaka pleaded with the shadow. No, they're my parents. I can't. I can't do anything about it. He says, they will kill you unless you do something. I'll run away. You cannot run away. They will find you. Where would you go? Who would accept you? And for a long time, Shabaka and this shadow spoke back and forth like this. And Shabaka managed to forget about the shadow for a while. But then one day, he was out with his family on a war patrol, and his parents were with them and all of his brothers, and they were attacking a rival band of orcs. And within the battle, once the orcs seemed to have been defeated, Shabaka's parents turned on him, and they tried to attack him, and he was able to get away, but they were attacking him and he could tell that they were trying to kill him. He ran off, but they were faster than him, and his brothers were all running behind and whooping. He had to run into the forest, and that is where he came into his powers. The shadow was there as well, and it said, I will do something if you will not. And the shadow reared up in the form of a great direwolf, a shadowy direwolf with tendrils of shadow around it. And this shadow leaped ahead of Shabaka and jumped onto the parents of Shabaka, tearing them apart. His brothers saw what was happening and ran off. The shadow chased them but could not catch up. And then Shabaka was left alone. Shabaka doesn't remember any of this. He remembers the shadow vaguely, but he doesn't remember quite what happened. And
Bummer.
that's the end.
Whoa.
Bro! Why?
Uh,
Penguin is evil
bummer.
Kermit.
What's that?
Sorry.
The penguin is
Powerful
evil Kermit?
Evil Kermit.
It's a powerful omen.
His name
It
is
is.
Constantine. Put some
Do it.
respect on his
Yes.
name.
Totally. Shadow penguin.
Like, I was hanging
I'm
on your
pretty-
every word. I was entranced, and then suddenly you said penguin, and I lost my shit over here.
I didn't know what I was
I'm
going to do
pretty
with that.
confident-
It just came to
I'm
me.
pretty
So like,
confident
it's got to be a
that emperor
penguin.
penguins don't live in the forest.
This one does.
It's
Lost my
Yep.
So,
shit.
the wilderness penguin.
It is in the Arctic.
yeah, but you were like, it's different than other emperor penguins. I was like, yeah, it lives in the forest.
It was a bigger, blacker.
Oh my God.
Sorry, and when I said
Yeah, I'd forgotten to mute myself, so when that happened, I think I chuckled on the stream. Yep.
when I forgot to say when it was the shadow, it was like the penguin who turned into a direwolf, not Shabaka. But then after that, he
Yeah,
discovered
we
his
know.
powers. Yeah.
That's okay, Shabaka. You can have the Nut-a-corn last name. You've earned it.
I just couldn't stop.
Well, he earned his
giggling
name in a
whenever
way too, though.
Yeah.
It's rough because having your family name be Baka, I'm just sitting here every time you'd say it.
It's
my
not
brain
his.
is just thinking about
It's not
like,
his family name. It's a part of his father's name. So his last name
Yeah.
isn't Baka. It's not Shah Baka. It's like he was named in a similar way to his father because his father had high hopes for him being a big, strong bugbear. But
Too
that
bad.
didn't work
Not
out.
big strong bugbear.
Fate had other plans.
yes.
Cool. Well, thank you for sharing today.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
this is
Sharing
so
it,
off
man.
topic, but you mentioned halflings, and I am reading The Hobbit right now, which I'd never read
Ooh.
before,
Oh.
and he just met Gollum, and what a fucking weird little freak. I like
You
how-
don't say. Yeah.
I like how by the end of their encounter, he's basically just there like, I kind of feel bad for him because he's so sad and lonely and ugly. And
Exactly
gross.
what you're supposed to feel
And
for
it's
that
like,
In
guy.
his little
Christ.
cave.
What has he
Okay.
got in his pockets?
What has it got in its
Nasty hobbitses.
Classic. Yes, so we join our heroes. You
Oh yeah,
guys
what's
had
a
set
recap?
up. Yes. Why don't you guys do the recap? I was just gonna do one, but yes.
Woo!
Where were we?
Ah!
We did stuff
And things.
and things.
I wasn't there for
We-
the first half, so.
There was danger. I swan dived, I think.
Started at
got
the
the werewolves.
old bone grinder.
Yes.
Decided to stay the night there. Had two werewolves show up. Oh, we did search it. We didn't really find much.
Yeah.
It was comfy.
And then a couple werewolves showed up, and then I know what other people did, but there was a little bit of fighting that went on. There was a hold person, and Shabaka showing that even though in his childhood he wasn't big of torture, he sure was now with werewolves. As well as Filbert doing the using a pig sticker to basically just hold this flaming
Oh,
werewolf
yeah,
off the
you guys
ground.
were fucking weird as shit.
You guys just lost your crazy. Oh no, you found your crazy maybe. And then
Hey,
the other one
sometimes it
tried
comes
to get
out
away.
at the weirdest time.
We were
Right?
cray cray.
You were totally cray cray. And so then the other one tried to escape and unfortunately did not make his rolls and perished as well.
Well, no, I held
and-
person on the one that.
Well, no, that's what I said. You did hold person and then covered him in oil, set him on
Oh
fire.
yeah, and that one tried to
And
get
then-
away. Yeah, that's
and
right.
then
Because it wasn't
Filbert
gone
tried to
yet.
wave him like a freaking flag.
Yeah, it was
that
a
worked.
lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. And then we went back to Valkyrie. No, Valaki. Valaki. Back
Yeah.
to the inn. We checked in on the townsfolk as well as
That had
Irina.
come.
So
the townsfolk
the
that had
townsfolk had
specifically the
made it.
townsfolk that had come from Barovia.
Right.
Yes. And Irina, and we found that they were all okay. And we decided that we were going to, instead of messing with the lives of those villagers at that particular time, we were going to head off to Kresk for the Wizard of Wines, I think. Where we were heading there?
Yeah.
As
It's
well
near,
as
it's
Well, we
closer
came
to
to-
Crest than
and
Valaki.
the Abbey as well, to try to talk to the
Priest there about
the
the.
priest there about how to consecrate areas to keep Strahd out.
The
We
abbot
also
in particular.
brought,
Abbot. That's it.
Irina doesn't want
Abbot!
to stay. Irina doesn't want to stay in Valaki because of the creep.
Yes.
Isaac
Which is
Strasny.
Isaac Strasny.
there. And
Did we-
so we brought her to Kresk as well. And
Didn't-
now we have to
That's
do
right.
them a favor if we want to be able to stay there longer than just tonight.
Didn't we
Right.
see something before we left the town? Or something weird happened before we left the town?
So
Valaki?
the very last thing that happened was you decided to polymorph yourself into a bird and fly around the abbey.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
scout it out.
I was saying before we left the other town, Valaki, but I thought there was
Oh.
something that happened or somebody that talked to us before we left. Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
You were
That's
saying-
all. That's the thing that I remember from the end of last one. Anyway.
Yeah, did I
But
see anything?
So as soon as you decided to fly around it, I said that we're gonna hold it there.
Oh, we'll do that now.
So
Okay.
so that I could read through the stuff. The other thing that didn't happen is I didn't read the box text when you guys actually got into the town,
Okay.
which I will do now. The mist-shrouded village beyond the wall is nothing more than a scattering of humble wooden cottages along dirt roads that stretch between stands of snow-dusted pine trees. So many trees, in fact, as to constitute a forest. To the northeast, gray cliffs rise sharply, and the road winding up to the abbey is easy to see from this vantage. So you get the idea, and you can see these houses as you've come in. Like many of them have small fenced-off areas with, small animals in them. There's lots of them have gardens as well, where they grow
Oh yeah, they
beets
figured
and
out
other vegetables.
sustainable farming on like every other goddamn town in this
Hmm
area.
Oh, we can
Put
get
it inside the
food
wall. It's
here.
apparently a good idea.
Do you guys have cucumbers?
No cucumbers.
Oh, the favor they
Um,
asked us, by the way, was to get some wine
Oh yeah, which we were gonna do anyway.
because they also
Yeah.
because they
They
also
have-
don't have any wine.
They have chickens, hares, and small pigs, as well as gardens of beets and turnips.
Well,
Also, every house has a small number of graves out back.
that
Every house.
reminds me of home.
Every house.
Don't love that.
It's like a family, like generational graveyard.
It's probably that, but it's just like the vibes are really whack about that.
So the house that you've come to, just inside the gate, that's been converted to allow you to sleep there, also has graves out back. One of them is very fresh.
I'm not crazy about that.
Mm.
Not super crazy either.
Hmm.
So wait, there was a new grave?
There is, yes.
So then someone recently died. Okay.
Is there like a name on it?
Ilya.
Was Ilya a penguin?
Does that name sound familiar?
No, judging by the size of the hole in the ground, they were taller than an emperor penguin.
How many
Uh.
emperor penguins tall were they?
Probably 1.5.
Shit. Okay.
All right.
No, 4
Actually,
foot
even more than
5.
1.5, but less than 2.
Let's-
Less
Less
than
than
2
6
emperor
foot.
penguins.
Less than 6 foot, taller than 4.5.
Yep.
No, Emperor, use the proper measurement.
Man.
Okay, he was 1.65 emperor penguins tall.
Okay, that I understand.
Oh, ugh, why didn't you just say
Okay,
that?
yeah. Should have said it the first time.
Well,
Do I have to get out EP? Maybe you guys are gonna be afraid of him.
Right, the dire wolf emperor penguin.
I'm more afraid of Shabaka right now after. Well, not afraid, but Phalen was really weirded out.
Potentially cautious.
Oh,
Mhm. So the woman in the house inside says, "We have rooms upstairs that you can sleep in. There's 4 rooms at the top of the stairs. Probably don't want to use the last one. No, please don't use the last one. Just the first 3.
Why not?
That's
Is it like the
Really
bathroom
don't
or
like
something?
that.
It's and she's insight check.
all of us?
Okay.
Already.
I mean, I can make a fucking guess.
There's a dead man.
Bodies.
It's still full of fucking blood from when the Ilya got murdered in there, probably. Okay,
Oh?
probably 21.
There was
There
a
you go.
hunter.
Boom,
There was
20.
a hunter, and the bastard cleaned all of his animals in the room.
Phalen and Shabaki,
Phalen's just like-
there's like she hides it pretty well, but she like the reason not to use that room makes her very sad.
Hmm.
Oh, it makes her sad.
It was
Mhm.
bunny. It was bunnies.
Okay.
We can respect this.
It makes her sad, not sketchy, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, like tears welling to the eyes, but she like hides it pretty well.
This is an emotion is familiar.
Yeah, Phalen as well. I think all of us are pretty familiar with
I need to
grief.
investigate it.
Yes.
We have some food, so why don't you go drop off your stuff and come down, and there'll be dinner here.
Is this before or after I changed into a?
This is before, so that was I
Okay.
assumed that was kind of after you guys had settled.
Okay.
Gilbert won't go into the last room, but he will listen at the door.
Roll perception.
Ramses will. Oh, because while he's doing that, Ramsey will put a hand on her shoulder and say, my condolences for your loss.
Phalen
He-
will nod at that and then also glare at Filbert outside the door.
She kind of sobs once briefly and regains control and just kind of gently nods at you in appreciation.
Yep, nothing in there.
It didn't pop up, but I assume by your response you didn't roll very well. You don't hear anything.
His insight was a 13. I'm going to assume an automatic failure of anything that he would have rolled anyways.
The three rooms that they allow you to use have mostly floor space that you can use. Each one has a bed, but it's a small bed.
Sleepover time.
When no one is looking, I'm gonna change into an regular size spider and crawl under the door to that room that was.
Oh my god.
Is the floor dry in any of the rooms? I'll just go sleep on the floor.
I will say, while Filbert is trying to listen at the door, Phalen fucking kicks him in the back of the knee.
Hey.
Do you have no fucking manners?
You're supposed to scratch, but he itches. What?
Under the door, you see a room like the other ones. It's got a small bed in it. This one is not tidy though. There are the blankets from the bed are kind of askew, and on the floor there's clothing lying around, and still some toys, including a doll that is clearly marked "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
I see that in the room. Anything else around?
Oh, lots of stuff. It's clothes, blankets.
like
it's
kids
a
stuff,
fairly
I mean?
messy room. Yeah.
Is this a child's room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that
All
a
of
child-sized
these-
grave outside?
Teenager,
than a
maybe
child,
young teen.
Are
Fuck,
we
I
at
hate
an
that.
Are we at an inn or are we at a cottage?
This
or
is somebody's
something?
home that that they're putting you up in. It is not an inn so much.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
didn't
thought-
think they'd have
word.
an inn, considering that they were like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
Well, yeah, I
there's
figured that
there's no
too.
strangers allowed in town, but this is a place that people can stay.
Yeah.
This is not the first time that she's been asked to put people up.
And this woman, who is she?
My name is 1 second.
My
Hold on,
name.
let me
Interesting name.
remember. My grief is too much. Let me remember my name.
Yeah, my name
Oh.
is Anna Kreskova.
Wait, like,
My
wait.
my
Okay,
yes.
continue. Sorry.
No, my husband is burgomaster of this
Oh,
town.
I was right! I was like, wait a second, that name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, he was a kind of a dick. Well, now that I know that his child probably just fucking died, I'm feeling a little bit less bitter about it.
Well, do you guys know that?
No.
No.
Well, there is a fresh
Well, he
grave in the
grave-
backyard.
And he said it was like young teenager sized, so you can make a guess.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know it was their child, like I know that it's somebody they clearly cared about because I rolled a 21
Cared enough to
insight,
bury in their own yard. Yeah,
and
it's like
she was like
yeah.
sobbing.
Anyway, I
Well,
come back
I'm
out
gonna
of.
dedicate all my
after I
thinking
kicked
power to
Filbert in the-
sleeping.
After I kicked Filbert in the back of the knee, Phalen just like goes like really grumpily, goes to like the last room in the hall.
I thought that was the last room in the hall.
Like the
No.
yeah, but the one on the other side, like the furthest
Oh, the first one.
away from it.
Okay.
yes.
I come back
Well-
out of the room and go over to where Phalen is and make sure nobody's looking at me, and then I turn back.
Turn back
What-
to
What
Shoot
the fuck were
Chewbacca.
you
Yeah.
doing?
So the door downstairs opens, and
Oh.
the outside door, and then closes again. You hear like a little bit of stomping feet, and then there's some light conversation happening.
Why
I
the
hear what
fuck
they're
were
saying?
you a spider?
I say to Phalen, it looks like this family has lost a child.
Yeah.
And he looks really sad about it.
My family
You went in
lost
the fucking
18.
room, didn't you? You're not there, Filbert. Shut up.
Shabaka doesn't say anything. He just nods.
God, none of you. How do I have better manners than all of you?
Because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut.
No one saw.
There's footsteps on the stairs coming up to the bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, people keep on stomping. I'm trying to sleep.
And as you look over, you can see the burgomaster from the wall has come up.
Go to bed.
We have
So-
Yeah,
dinner
Filbert's sleeping.
downstairs. I think maybe we should talk.
That would be a good idea.
Does
All
Filbert hear
right.
the word dinner and wake up immediately?
Yeah, he wakes up immediately.
He's like, oh, sick, dinner, hell yeah.
Here we go. Rubber Raggy.
Filbert's the mascot.
Okay, go down and have dinner with the burgomaster.
They're gonna give him Filbert snacks.
Right?
No.
Anna has got some stuff she takes off the stove. It's a beet and pork stew, so it's a little different because the pork has turned absolutely purple. Cooked with the beets,
It'll do that.
but it's
Okay.
it's not untasty.
Tastes like beets.
I mean,
As
considering
far
what
as
we've
food
been
you've had
eating,
here, yeah.
Slightly more chewy.
Alan is down for that.
Yes. I'm sorry about the scene at the wall, but well, you're gonna have to move on tomorrow. We've maintained a good, safe place here to live, but part of that is that strangers who don't earn their place are not welcome here. And adventurers, and he kind of gestures at a lot of you. Adventurers come here, they are either friends of Strahd or enemies of Strahd, and neither of those things bodes well for us. People in the
Okay.
crossfire.
We do not
Understood.
intend.
What if you're
We do not
indifferent to Strahd?
Never stays that way for long.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised. Filbert doesn't give a fuck about him.
right. You feed me, and I'm good with not caring about Strahd.
Would it be?
Strahd, you may not care about Strahd, but Strahd cares about you, and then trouble follows.
Well,
Strahd-
that's debatable, actually,
Does-
for
Yes.
Filbert.
Does Strahd love all?
Not you, Filbert.
Yeah.
He made that very
Oh
clear.
yeah, Strahd was very clear that he does not care about Filbert.
Yeah. No, but Fallon's gonna go. We don't intend.
kind of
we
went
do not
out of his
intend to
way.
stay very. Yeah, he did go out of his way to make sure we knew he did not give a fuck about Filbert.
He's just misunderstood.
Fallon's gonna go. We do not intend to stay long. It was we were simply bringing our friend Irina here. She seeks shelter.
He looks over at her. I don't know you.
She won't eat much.
No,
We
I can't. Not even
She is
for
n-
one friend.
She is not an adventurer.
No, we brought her from Valaki, where there's a man who stalks her, for lack of a better word. He's a fucking
See,
freak.
I want to believe you, but this way leads to trouble. No, I'm afraid
What if
even
we
she cannot stay.
If we
what if,
return
what
wine
if
to
we
the
wine.
do
city,
something for you, like you had said?
Well,
What if
we're gonna get him
earn our
wine.
space?
The wine, yes. I am bound by an oath. Because has passed down my family for many, many generations as the burgomaster of Kresk.
What's that?
And the topic of the the heredity of the town burgomasterness bothers him a great deal.
Is it like the meatloaf oaf?
And
Like, I will do anything for that, but I won't do that.
I am bound to provide hospitality if you do us this favor.
What is it you would like us to do?
Get
Is the
wine.
wine.
Just the wine?
We like the wine, sure, but we also the abbot, he says, and he kind of gestures off towards the northeast.
Oh. Shit, we
I
wanted to go to
saw,
the Abbey anyway.
I saw a bunch of
He
abbots
likes
on the
his
way
wine.
here.
I'm sorry. The
Oh,
abbot likes
no.
his wine.
Fuck
Oh no,
off.
there is only one abbot.
No, the little guys with the big long ears.
Rabbits.
Stupid.
Oh.
He stabs his fork into a piece of meat in the stew, and he puts it in his mouth,
He's starting
chewing
to
softly, looking at you.
He's starting to understand why Strahd doesn't give a fuck about this guy. He's like, okay, I believe that now.
So if we do this for you, then you will be able to take Irina into your town?
Wait,
Yes, you will be able to stay here.
Okay.
what about
And-
the abbot?
Can we visit the abbot before we
He
go
likes wine.
tomorrow?
What was it you were saying about the
no.
Wouldn't
abbot?
recommend it.
He likes
Please let him
wine.
talk. Please let
He
him
likes
talk.
he likes wine.
He likes wine. He requires that we drop it off at his outside the abbey of Saint Macavia, up the hill, every the first of the month, every month. And well, it's almost that time, but we haven't had a shipment in quite a while.
How far away is the Wizard of Wine from here?
Really fucking weird
Not
people
more
here.
than 4 hours walk, probably.
Then we'll leave it for a flight tomorrow.
When you say he
Does-
demands, does he have some power in the city?
Yeah, that's a batshit wild thing to demand.
The abbot showed up here as a young man 100 years ago, when my great-grandfather was burgomaster of this town.
Is he human?
Don't know. For in that
Well,
time, he hasn't
probably
aged
not.
a day. He leaves us alone, most of us, and he gestures out the back door of the house for some reason. But not all.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the reason is
Are
the
you-
graves.
Are
Yeah,
you
so what
sure
does he-
he just
Wait.
wants wine?
What does he do
all
to
we
the
give him.
people that he bothers?
Oh, he doesn't. He won't bother anyone, but his mongrel. Well, they come into town at night. That's the reason I'll be up tonight, out back, watching.
Are they vultures?
Who knows what they are? We don't
Well,
see them
are they-
clearly.
What do they want in the
Well,
town?
but do they fly? Like, are they birds? Like, I think you can figure that
No,
part
they
out.
don't fly. They're on
Okay,
the
so not
ground.
vultures.
No, she wasn't saying vultures like the actual bird. She
Oh.
meant like vultures like they eat people or something like that, or they steal bodies.
No, I think they
Bodies
kill
have gone
people.
missing. Many
That's
bodies
what she
have
meant
gone
by
missing.
vultures. I was like,
If
You
you
know
look-
what? It tracks
Oh, no.
though for Phalen to like fully not understand what the fuck that meant.
If you look at
Ramses-
some of the houses nearby, you'll see their family graves have been dug up. Usually happens shortly after the person is buried, and so I watch at night over Ilya.
Shabaka just shakes his head.
And that just
I-
happened at my home all the time, but it usually was like wolves and stuff like that. Well, never mind.
I will stand by your daughters' grave
Son,
tonight.
yes, thank you.
Really, as a voice name.
My last child of 4.
1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Crap,
May I-
that's the highest I've ever gotten. Hold on.
And
One.
if you know human biology, looking at this couple, they're probably not having any more kids.
Yeah, that's probably always bummed out about the whole like hereditary
Mhm.
thing.
I mean, bummed out.
So
He had 4
Shabaka is
kids.
clueless.
yeah, that's rough. That's Phalen like shifts up very uncomfortably. Like that's rough.
Might I inquire how your? I know it's soon, but how your son passed?
He sniffs and
Fallon
he's
fucking full
like the answer
dissociates
is
because she's like, who would ask that?
he sniffs and like the answer is funny, and he says he had a flu.
That is kind of funny.
Natural causes.
He
Then.
he grew sick.
Like in a
He
chimney?
couldn't do anything, and he died.
Like a chimney
I-
flu?
I'm very sorry for your
Insight
loss.
check.
Go ahead.
I
I
need you
don't
guys to leave this poor
Nope.
man alone.
Humans.
Yeah. Shabaki, he looks hungry. He's very hungry right now. You can tell.
Oh, eat up.
Fallon will resolutely not fucking make this check because leave this fucking poor grieving man and his wife alone.
So let's get back to the important stuff. Is wine always made from grapes?
No. You can make wine from other things. Silbert.
The
All
the
right.
winery here is grapes, though. Yes, so our wine is always made from grapes. Ramses, make a perception roll.
About the wine being made from grapes?
Just
Apparently,
do it
I'm an
Is
real
he
expert.
quick.
lying?
You're an expert.
Mhm.
14.
I am an expert.
He's eyeing your tattoos.
Ramses or mine?
Ramses.
Mine,
Oh.
apparently. There's something you would like to know.
Mm,
I'll pull up my sleeve.
yes, that one. What is that? He
The
says, and he
penguin.
points at Anubis.
That is Anubis, the god of the dead.
It's a penguin god.
Are there many of you around?
Not many.
I find it strange that I've gone my whole life without seeing this image before, and now, what, twice in a month?
What?
I don't know if I can count that high.
Hey,
Hold on.
Ramses,
That's
I think your
interesting.
brother's here.
Yep.
No, not brother. She was,
Oh. Never mind.
Whoa.
had a
She's gone through
very
some changes.
dark complexion, but her hands, for whatever reason, they bore this image and they were pale.
Hmm.
Is this the
Was
fucking
she
necromancer
an
obsessed with
adventurer?
hands?
She looked like an adventurer.
Where was
Came
she
through
heading?
town.
Where was she heading?
I'm not sure. She came here, she came to the wall and asked for refuge. It was early in the day when I sent her away. She didn't complain much.
So who comes
She
to the wall and
traveled
asks for
alone.
refuse?
Hmm. And she went back the same way?
There's only one way to go from here. We are to the west, he says, and he gestures again through the wall towards the western direction. The fog's right there.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you can't go through that, right?
Many have tried.
Yeah.
Most of them find their way back.
Actually, we've had somebody try.
Yeah, we all
Yes.
tried to go back that way.
First try.
I've left a fog
didn't
before.
work.
It didn't work.
No,
that is very
this is our curse. We stay here. Strahd is cursed to remain here, and we are cursed to remain with him.
Hmm.
Did she have a name? Or
I
is
Hey,
the
you.
only noticeable thing was the hands?
It was very noticeable. Tattoos, pale hands, dark complexion. She wore a robe, for what it's worth.
Like a religious robe or like a wizardly robe?
I don't know that I could tell the difference.
And how long ago?
4 weeks.
Thank you. And she didn't go up to the Abbey, correct?
No, she did not.
Did she? She
Was
didn't give a
looking for
name.
a place to stay.
She
Nope.
didn't give a name.
Neither did you when you were at the gate.
Oh, I thought I said
Not a
my
common
name.
thing. Maybe you did, but the answer is no. She did not.
We probably did. I feel like we introduce ourselves to people a lot.
There's at least a 50% chance you did, having said it. Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Well, he didn't hear it. He wasn't there.
Yep.
He came later. Well, I guess I assume we've finished our meal.
Yes. Yep. You're just chatting around the table afterwards. I would appreciate the help on watch tonight.
I would be more than happy to make sure that your son stays where he is.
Phalen is gonna like put her hand on Ramses' shoulder and go, "We will take turns. We all must be
Yes,
rested."
we will all take turns.
This is fair.
Does he
and I
want?
appreciate this very much. Is this and he kind of gestures at your arm. Is this an Anubis thing?
Is he looking at Phalen or me?
You, Ramses.
Oh, yes. This is Anubis.
Mm.
Is this the same?
He's asking you if like you wanting to go on
Oh,
watch was due to Anubis.
I understand.
Yep.
I go, I'm devout in my code to make sure that the dead stay buried. So
Worthy goal.
if
We should
I
all be so
can,
lucky, he says, this time looking off to the east.
A task that is harder in this land than any other.
And Cora winces as well.
sounds like a very tough town to be
So,
a family.
just to be clear, do you want us to watch your house or go on watch with you around the town?
Watch my son's grave.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
it's
can
just
do
the
that.
backyard.
Yep.
Sorry,
Make sure the mongrel don't get it.
what
what?
was the name?
His
the
son's
child?
name?
Yeah,
Ilya.
Ilya.
Ilya. That's right.
When you say mongrel, do you mean actual like dog people or something like that, or do you just mean humans who act poorly?
Good
They don't
question.
know who they are. What they are.
They're cloaked, but they move not like normal people.
Ah, okay. Good to know. We need to be prepared for that kind of thing.
Well, I think we should retire and Ramses, I'd love to meet you back down here in an hour or so.
Very well.
Okay, so we got an
I
hour
will
before
go
we
get
go
an
do the
hour
watch
nap.
thing. In that hour, I'm gonna go do the thing I said I was gonna do with the.
At the end of last session? Okay.
Yeah.
So you thought for one moment that you would send your summoned creature, and then you decided you would polymorph and do it yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna
What's
do it
the
myself.
decision on that? Okay. You fly up.
Oh, sorry, I cannot turn into a flying creature yet. I need level 8 for that, so I would have to send my owl formed companion.
Okay, and what's the range on the telepathy to him?
Is it 100 feet?
It says it's a familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says basically the same as the find familiar spell. So
100
Gotcha.
feet, then yeah.
Yeah, it's 100 feet.
Okay, the hour passes. It does not return.
it actually has 2 hours.
Well, an
but-
hour later, you wanted it to be back in an hour for watch.
Oh
and
right,
it
yeah,
has
because
not
of the watch.
returned.
And did I see anything?
No.
Your bird got 8, man.
It if it is it says within 100 feet I can communicate with it telepathically. And if it is, it says if it's gone, if it disappears, I can cause it to reappear in any unoccupied space as an action.
You can sure try.
I mean, you don't necessarily know that it's gone because you're not connected to it until the hour passes.
But after an hour, I can dismiss it and then cause it to reappear,
right,
as an action.
Well, technically, we don't necessarily know if it went.
So basically, he's saying that if it has
Does it have
not
a 17
died,
armor class?
It is the same stats as an owl, I guess.
I don't love that
Owl.
question.
DED dead is what I'm hearing.
Yep.
But it
Which,
will
I mean, like,
it will remember what
doesn't
happened.
really die.
Yep. It has retreated to a pocket dimension of its very own.
Yes. It's armor class 11.
Yeah.
And it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, just in case that matters.
Nope.
And yeah, it has a perception of +3 and stealth +3.
Your bird got eaten.
Okay, so after an
Also,
hour, I will dismiss it and summon it again.
Right.
Or just use the action to bring it back where I am, and then I'll ask it what it saw, or mentally communicate with it to do so.
Right. It went up to the Abbey. Let's check the map.
Oh, there we go.
You zoom in there, you can see that there were guards. They were cloaked. And there was inside the walls. There's a common area inside the walls in the center of the abbey. That was filled with mist, swirling mist. It was hard to see what was going on in there. It was like the mist was trapped inside the walls. At first, I thought this is the bird talking. At first, I thought there were people on the walls, but there are actually propped up scarecrows with spears on the walls above the courtyard. But I also saw a man in a robe, a young man, very handsome, if I do say so myself. Even as an owl, I must say.
Bird's like, just one fucking sexy man.
Listen, the one sexy man. But he grabbed a spear from one of the scarecrows and tossed it at me. He was watching me fly around. He was watching my every move. Then when he got tired of it, he threw a spear, and, well, I guess he hit.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, EB. Or EP, I mean.
It's really, really bothersome. I don't enjoy it at all, he said.
I give him some cuddles.
Cuddles? That's what you got for me? What about the little mouse thing you gave me last time? I want a mouse.
Wow, fucking demanding.
I throw him.
The owl looks at Phalen and it says, like, she didn't just die. I want a mouse.
Yeah, I give him some of the meat that I saved from the dinner for him.
That'll do.
There you go.
Okay, we're good.
Not me just realizing EP stands for Emperor Penguin.
Wow, 12 sessions. Or 11.
So during the hour we have before, like, rest, Phalen is gonna approach Cora and be like, "Come, let us get settled in our room."
I almost responded as a different character for a second. I was like, "Sexy, all right, okay."
Sexy, all right. Sounds like what?
Woo! All right.
Sit down.
Of course.
As soon as they're in the room,
All
Cal
right.
closes the door. Cal closes the door, looks at her, and goes, "So what the fuck is your problem?
What?
Excuse me?
Why? Well, why are you moping around? Why won't you use your sword?"
Right in there. We're trying to sleep over here.
And Cal just like cocks an eyebrow up, like, ever since we saw that future teller,
Diva.
fortune teller thing, you've been upset about something.
Yes, I have.
So?
My culture, we come from a place similar. It felt nice to be there, but Madame Eva did not have the best words for me. I asked for a private reading and she told me something else entirely. So,
What did she say? What could she possibly have said that has made you stop using your sword?
well, she told me I wasn't meant to be here. Not really. At least that's how I took it.
What?
I am only here because of a prophecy from my people. And she said that prophecy was never meant for me. And this sword is only meant for those of prophecy. If it is not for me, it is not my sword, and I cannot disrespect my people.
I
I
mean
am
this respectfully. But who fucking cares about a prophecy? The sword works for you, correct? The sword chose you.
Yes, that makes me a gravedigger then.
No, the sword chose to
Should I
let you
take
use its
advice?
power.
Our best friend is a gravedigger.
Are
Sorry, we're not there.
you're here just the same reason the rest of us are here. Because Strahd has some weird thing. He's also obsessed with this strange prophecy that somehow involves us. I don't like being involved in a prophecy. I don't like the idea that my fate is predetermined in some way. Because I make my own fate. And the bad things that happen to me, I can't blame them on the universe. I fucked up. I make mistakes. Or somebody else makes mistakes. Or somebody else does something to hurt me.
Yes, this prophecy that I speak of is not one that would corral all of our fates like that. Does not seem that my prophecy is the same as his prophecy,
Yeah,
whichever
but
one was fabricated.
you shouldn't
However,
let this prophecy, whether or not it's about you, you shouldn't let it control you.
it is all that I have ever known. It is all I will be. I would not have been
Well,
here if not for this prophecy. At all. I would not have been able to leave my home at all if not for this prophecy.
you know things that aren't this prophecy. You are things that aren't this prophecy. You're our friend.
Without this prophecy,
You're a
I
good
am not.
fighter.
I was never supposed to be. Not in the eyes of my people. And I cannot return home to
Well,
to rectify that in the slightest.
I don't think I'm well equipped to help you with this, but for what it's worth, I'm glad that you're here, even if you weren't supposed to be.
You can see Cora's getting a little bit teary-eyed. And
I'm certainly glad that it's you and not another man, because if it was just all men and me, I would lose my mind.
she giggles a little bit.
Speaking of which, where's Arena during all this?
Probably she gets a room to her. I don't know.
How many rooms
Not in
are there?
here.
Right.
She's chilling. I didn't bring her with us. Like, I just brought Cora into the room and was like,
Right.
I can imagine she's like just chilling outside the door being like, Filbert, don't come near, I'll stab you with this tiny sword
Yeah.
of mine.
She's like, Filbert, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Um,
The order is given. If you see any spiders, step on it.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. You're our friend. And I'm honored to battle beside you every time that we are in a fight.
You can tell she's incredibly conflicted because she wants to agree, but by agreeing, she feels like she's betraying her people. But she
And
will
I'm
pull.
sure that if I'd
Mhm.
never met you, I'd probably be dead by now. So can't say I'm upset about you
Course.
being here.
Squints her eyebrows like, what?
Let's be real. Phalen would be fucking dead. And then she kind of like awkwardly like fidgets a bit and steps forward and is like, "Do you want a hug?"
Would you like a hug?
I don't. I would like to hug you because I think that is comforting.
That's what people do, right?
Cora, comma, never having a friend before, question mark.
Right?
Yeah, Phalen will pull her like into a hug. And it's like a little awkward, but it's well-meaning.
Cora will and continue the hug a little bit, like in the sense of like, it does look like there is a sense of desperation because Cora is a rather lonely person as it is, but just
Reveal Cora's touch starved.
Cora is touch starved. Ooh. But after a moment, she will pull out the headpiece, which is her sword, and she will actually stare at it in the same sense that she, not that Phalen knows it, stared at it with Madame Eva, as if she's expecting it to do something. And then just like kind of offers it non-verbally to Phalen.
Phalen's gonna look at her and just be like, "I'm not gonna take that. It's your sword.
I cannot use it.
I've seen you use it, and you're very good with it."
I would think you would be better.
You'd be surprised. I'm much better at biting.
She's a biter.
There you go, thinking.
I can adjust to
And
that.
she kind of grins a little bit like it was like a joke and shows her like her canines.
Cora, like a little bit of like a quirk of a smile, but she still seems very earnest on giving this to Phalen.
You need dental work.
Look,
Cora,
if we're going to
Cora
fight,
faint in front of you.
What? I faint?
You faint. You
Ah,
collapse in a pile on the floor.
Phalen just goes, what the fuck?
Shit.
Oh shit.
Do we hit,
She's completely unconscious on the floor in front of you.
do we hear
Can I
that?
make a medicine check?
You may make
Yeah,
a
you
medicine check.
probably hear,
Yes,
what the
everyone hears a ka-thump
Okay,
in the room.
I go run
Finally,
over
there.
there.
Run over.
Jillian jingle jangles as her jewelry pieces clunk also on the floor.
Well, I don't
Finally, they're
16
asleep.
medicine check.
I look over at Phalen next to Cora and I go,
16,
"What did
yeah.
you do?"
I
So-
didn't do anything.
this looks
Sounds like
looks to
checking a
you like
pulse.
yeah, pulse is fine. Yeah, this looks like sudden exhaustion.
Yo.
Like
I mean,
she just like eyes rolled back and collapsed into a pile on the floor.
to be fair, I did cry a lot in the last 2 days. I'm probably
Mhm.
dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
Fallon will
let's
like
get-
lift her
get
up
her
off
onto
the
the bed.
ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
Fallon will like pick her up and put her on the bed.
Or
Shabaka
you
goes
can
to.
kind of hear the commotion going on around you. There's voices of people, concerned people around you. You can't really tell what they're worried about, but they're obviously in distress around you, and their voices start to fade away as you get picked up and you're placed somewhere you can't identify. Everything
tuck
is
her in.
dark.
Shabaka tries to
As-
help Fallon, but
Let me
he's actually no help.
That's cool. We're gonna fade away
Yeah.
from. We're
Fallon
gonna
does not
fade
need
away
help
from there a
picking up
bit.
Cora. I'm pretty sure that she can fucking pick her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shabaka
I'm
can't.
gonna fade down on you guys for a second here,
Okay.
because Cora, you're in
Oh,
darkness,
gosh.
and in front of you, you can see like some kind of light in the distance. I see yellow flickering light, and as you get close to it, you realize it's a campfire.
Oh, damn. Okay.
As you approach, you see there's a woman sitting by the campfire, looking into it.
What does she
She's
look like?
wearing a headpiece exactly like yours.
Oh, no. Okay. Does she look like Cora, or is this entirely different person?
Doesn't look like Cora.
Oh,
Looks
no.
like someone from your background, maybe.
Oh.
She pats the log beside her by the fire.
I don't want to be a stolen valor warrior. I'm sorry. I'm already apologizing. Cora gets down on her knees and
It's-
as prostrate.
The woman kind of shakes her head. It's like, no, sit with me.
Can I make an insight, because Cora's been tricked by spirits before, and I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
No, it's not gonna be that great. 13.
13 is kind of inconclusive,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't. There's no red flags right now.
Okay. Understandably very nervous, Cora shifts
Mhm.
from her knees onto where it was indicated.
Sit. Look into the fire.
Cora looks
And she
into
kind
the
of-
fire.
She glances over at you. You know, we didn't really have a chance. I was fooled too.
Oh, God.
Your friend, though, she speaks true. We are better together than alone.
Who
And
are
she
you?
shakes her head and sighs, looks down.
Why were you alone?
She reaches over and taps you on the forehead, if you let her.
She will.
I didn't see the trickery myself. You came to the cave. I swore you were the prophesied one. And, well, it turns out we both got played. Now we know the truth. But whether this is foretold or not, we're in this together now. Maybe I was supposed to go to someone else,
Are you a
but it's
sword
too late
spirit?
for that now. Yes, I am it, she says, and she gestures to your forehead again. Pleased to
Oh.
meet you.
Oh, Cora just got so overwhelmed immediately. Okay. pleased to meet you as well.
I'm
you are
in the
not.
same position as you. I do my best. I try to fulfill prophecy, and I don't know any better sometimes when I'm being played or when the world throws me curveballs. Just know that I have to do the best with what I've got. And what I've got, like Phalen said, what I've got is you. We're on our own path now. The prophecies and the powerful forces, they won't help us. But we have each other, and it's up to us now. And even if we can't save our people, maybe we can find an opportunity to help.
Just to confirm, that means you're not stolen valor.
No, I picked you. I was played just as you were.
Court immediately cries. Immediately.
Do we see that?
No, nope.
Cora's unconscious, sobbing.
Yeah.
Is it like an ugly cry? You know.
This is like the time that she's
in
reaching
the
out.
unconscious space,
real quick, Phalen
probably.
definitely kicked everyone else out of the room.
No, we'll
Me.
just hear like this god awful noise coming from the adjacent room.
Is she gonna be okay?
Oh. Cora is definitely ugly crying and reaching out and like clenching her fingers as if she wants to make like a grab for her her sword's forearms.
Yeah, she'll take that.
Do you have a name that you have given yourself?
I don't. Naming me is your responsibility.
Oh.
Don't worry, nobody gets the name in the first try.
Cora looks very overwhelmed. She's never met a sword spirit before, and the ones she's heard of are incredibly violent. So, to meet a fresh, pure, new sword spirit, never in her life.
For the record, you should speak of this conversation to none of the Miramond. There's a mystique, she says, and she kind of gestures in the air airily. I think it would ruin the surprise.
Cora just like overwhelmed, eyes are wide, nodding, still tears, snot. You know, it's not pretty. I
Well,
feel like I should have so many questions. I just don't know what to ask.
I think you should go back now. Say hello to your friends. Phalen in
Yes.
particular has done you a great favor tonight. And when you need me, I'll be here.
What should I say of this?
Say what you like, unless any of them are Miramond.
No. Not unless I marry one. She laughs, still crying.
Well, we're all convinced she's a princess. So I don't think any of us are from her culture.
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Does the sword look young, like in appearance, or like
No, she
for
looks
reference?
about 50-ish.
Okay.
Still fit, but with lines
Milf.
on her face and hands.
So an older sword, which means normally an older sword then?
It's
Normally.
that's something you could infer.
Okay. I just me making conjectures.
Hmm.
But just like nodding anything the sword wants now, you know? She's now anything the sword wants. Uh, yeah, definitely overwhelmed. Cora's cried a lot, so crying in her mind this time is
Mind tears.
mind tears.
Yeah. Also, you think probably tonight's sleep is going to be the best sleep you've had in days.
Yeah, likely. If she has to get up for watch, she's gonna. Okay. I will come up with a suitable name then. And I'm sorry for trying to give you away. I thought if it was stolen valor, then I should give it to someone who has more valor than I.
I have known the truth for a while, she says. And I too have struggled with how to handle this. So I get it.
Wow, my sword's laid back.
But I
The sword.
do. The conclusion I've come to is that we really only have each other.
And that's a lot for love.
You only have me, and you'd like me to have others as well. Is that what I'm hearing?
The more forces we can gather, the better.
Especially to make our home.
Look for opportunities. Even if the fates aren't on our side, we may yet be able to have an effect and have a positive influence on our people.
Cora swallows heavily and nods pretty resolutely, her tears drying up.
Well, ready or not, let's give it a shot.
Yes.
And with that, you come back to consciousness. You sit up in the bed with everyone standing around, staring at you. Some quite relieved that you've regained consciousness.
Cora presses a hand to her forehead before, like, shuffling her hand for wherever she might have dropped her headpiece when she collapsed.
It's back on your head somehow.
What? Imagine Phalen just seeing that, being like, "Oh, it was in her hand, and now it's on her forehead."
Phalen, did
Hey,
you put it
Phalen.
back on her forehead?
Yeah, probably. She's not gonna like leave it in her hand where she puts her to bed. Like, have fun accidentally stabbing yourself.
I mean, Cora's been leaving it in her bag for the last day and a half.
Yeah, but I think Phalen wouldn't put it in the bag. I think Phalen would put it on her.
And I will offer her some water.
No one else is in the fucking room. Phalen kicked them out.
No, so when
that's fair.
when she collapsed, everyone heard it, and I thought everyone would come.
Yeah, we ran into
running.
Yeah, no, they came in, but Phalen kicked them out after
I
she
see.
put Cora in the bed.
Okay.
And she's just kind of and she's kind of standing at the door, like inside, but at the door. So if anyone tried to come in, she could be like, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Shabaka
Just like
seems a
watching
little.
Cora.
Shabaka seems a little put out. I am the healer.
You are?
Well,
I kind of thought I was the healer.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ramses does more healing.
It's true. Shabaka thinks he's the healer.
Yeah, because he heals himself when he changes.
Hey, I've made tons of good berries.
Anyway, Phalen also makes a lot of good berries, so you don't even have that, dude.
Yeah, come on, man. Stay in your lane.
I turn into animals, damn it.
Phalen, as soon as Phalen notices Cora wake up, she's gonna kind of hesitate, take a step forward, and then kind of stop and just go like, "You all right?"
Cora just kind of like looks lost for a moment. The overwhelmed face. She has clasped her head on her hand on her forehead where the headpiece is, and is like squinting almost as if she's still trying to feel the energy of the sword spirit which resides in it. And then she finally drops her hand and looks at Phalen with a sort of like lost expression, like, I don't know what happened either. But how did I get here?
Well, you collapsed on the ground, so I moved you to the bed. Figured it would be a bit more comfortable place for you to sleep.
Oh. Well, if you want to know why I collapsed, the sword apparently She didn't want to go to you.
See,
And
I told you it was your sword.
ah,
And
yes.
Phalen kind of smiles at her.
It's the same sort of just lost expression. Like she doesn't really know what to say or do because this is like her world's been rocked like twice in the last day and a half.
Phalen's just like, see, I told you that it's your sword. She chose you.
I need to come up with a name for her. Oh,
Well,
Bill.
Bill. Nice.
Classic.
But just sort of like blinking, Cora will take the headpiece off of her forehead and then transform it into the sword. Just kind of looking at it again with that same like it definitely did something this time, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Where she, instead of staring at the sword like, hey, can you do something? I'm kind of lost here. Now the sword did something this time, and now she's more
it
lost.
sure did.
Thank you for putting me in bed. I didn't expect that either.
You don't weigh much.
Cora nods. The heaviest bit about her is probably her head with all that hair.
What do you mean? You don't weigh much, Your Highness?
Right?
Should I fetch Ramses? Just to make sure you don't have a head injury? You fell pretty hard.
Sure. I don't feel any worse for wear, but I wouldn't mind.
All right. Yeah, and Cora's gonna, Phalen's gonna kind of like open the door and go, and step out and tell Ramses to go in.
Oh, he left.
Michelle?
Is where you
Yeah,
going
grave
on
watching
patrol,
every day.
Tech guy? Are you grave watching?
No,
No,
well,
it's
it depends how
because
long this take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She wasn't unconscious for long.
Okay.
yeah, and I mean, Phalen did those like the beginning of the hour, like right after dinner. So
Oh, 15 for a medicine check.
Yeah, she seems healthy, if not signs of swelling just around tear ducts and things like that. So she's been, her face is like flushed, and yeah, it's apparent that she's been in some emotional distress, but physically seems fine.
Okay. Offer some more. Offer some water.
Cora will take it. One her hand, all still having the sword in her hand, just kind of like holding it, and the other hand drinking.
Well, you haven't been seen holding it in days, so that's
No,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
actually, because Ramses talked to her after the fortune teller when she put it away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see that back in your hand where it belongs.
Yes. I want to do her well. And you guys as well. As long as I can, I think.
We know you will. If you need anything, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to go outside and meet the burgomaster.
Please do. I'll just take some time.
Now the layout of the, we're in the upstairs, right? The layout of the
Yes.
upstairs, is there a room that looks over the backyard?
Yep.
Is there
If
windows
it's
up
not,
there?
if
There
it's
are
not,
windows.
if it's not theirs, that's the room that I'll be staying in.
Okay.
And I'll rest in that room until it's time to go down to the burgomaster, and then I'll head down and do the first watch with him.
Okay. The watch tonight. Does anybody have anything to do before watch?
No, I think we already did it.
Pretty up her sword
That was
now,
all.
I guess. Damn.
So
Well,
the watch
They have
watch
chicken.
is
so,
mostly uneventful. There are like you're being somewhat overt on watch, or he is. Dmitry Kreskov is like out there and being like a deterrent. As
Yep.
much like he's not in hiding trying to catch someone. He's more out there trying to scare people away.
Just like the
And there,
scarecrows.
yeah, and there are sounds that you can hear in the darkness with the trees behind the house, but no one approaches.
So when I hear the sounds, I'm going to activate Eyes of the Grave so I can see any undead within 60 feet.
Okay.
There goes
You do
Strahd.
not see any undead.
Okay. I will.
And
What was this last?
anything else?
When I'll maybe take second watch, and when
Oh,
he
no.
Huh?
No, the only other thing I'll do is glance over to the neighbor's yard as well. I'll do that.
Also
most of
clear
the
of undead.
Okay.
when he comes back and we switch watches, I want to ask Ramses, do you think we should or I'll assume Ramses tells me there's some noises out there.
Mhm.
Do you think we should maybe try to catch them by surprise as a group?
Tonight, I would suggest no. We don't want to cause trouble for this town. We should deal with the wine. We should deal with the abbot, because if this is coming from the abbot, we need to understand his position on this.
So don't
Before
stir up the
we
hornet's
cause-
nest then?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, we're gonna take, as we are wont to do, we are gonna take a bat to the hornet's nest.
Later.
And they
Because
have
we're good
As
at it.
always.
Yeah.
But after we do the wine.
After we
Okay,
do
so
the-
we'll all just take our watches and prevent this area from being... I assume we'll just do that so we can move on to the next scene.
Yep.
they have chicken.
A little
Okay,
meta, but I'll
chicken.
take it. Okay, the morning comes.
Well, I mean, unless something happens at night, but
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So the morning comes. The watch is gone. The grave is undisturbed. And yeah. Is there anything you'd like to do or discuss before heading out?
Do we have any money? Like, have we gotten
got a
any
bit.
money?
no one has paid us for shit yet.
No, but I think you found a bit.
Oh yeah, and the hags thing, we had some... They had some money or something, didn't they?
Why do I have 16 gold? What did I get
Wasn't
that
sure
from?
if it was from the hags or not.
We split, we got money. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember writing it down.
I didn't write any down. Do you know how much you have?
I'm pretty sure I put it in the chat before. So
Yes, I do believe so.
because I have a habit of doing that.
Because I wanted to replenish my used up vial of oil.
That's actually a supply they might have here.
Yeah, because this town sounds like they have some better stuff. So
They don't have better stuff, but they do have like some
or they
things that
actually have
people
stuff.
use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like chickens
and pigs.
and pigs.
And hares.
hmm
Fair.
And-
Can we actually buy holy water as an item?
And some wild abbots.
Not here.
No, probably not. Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
some
it
in
seems
my
like that'd be
flask.
kind of fucking hard
So-
to come by.
We had found 56 gold, which we split amongst the 5 of us at the time. So we got 11 gold each, plus 1 for someone else.
Okay.
Found
I
that faster than I thought you were
think-
going to.
I think I already have that then because I have 20 gold. I'm pretty sure I didn't start with 20.
Probably
okay.
not.
Yeah.
So, how much is a flask of oil?
How much does the PHB
Fuck.
say it is?
Multiply that price by 10.
Yeah.
If you're lucky.
Equipment. 5th edition.
I don't think it really just has a price, does it?
I think it's all in the packs. So
Hold on.
Clicks on inventory. Manage inventory.
It costs 0.1
Oil.
gold piece.
So 1 silver piece.
So 1 silver.
Okay, so here are the standard shop rules for Barovia, the whole countryside. Unless we hear otherwise, these are the rules. Items from the adventuring gear table in the player's handbook, but only items with the price of lower than 25 gold pieces in the table and 10 times the price. Yes, so 1 gold.
Yikers.
So everything is that price? Everything under 25?
Everything is 10 times more price. It costs 10 times more, and only items 25 gold piece or less are available.
Okay.
All right.
So it's a gold just for a
Single
flask
flask
of
of oil.
oil.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
It's hard to come by this stuff here.
Mead.
I
How
guess
much is
there's no
that?
potions or anything then.
No.
Ale. Yeah,
I mean, you
probably-
guys found some vials that looked like potions at the old bone grinder, but they were labeled with ominous things, so you left them.
That's right. We left them in the fire.
Yep. And for the record, yeah, you were 3/4 right. Or half right.
You can get a draft horse.
Or
It's like it'll be 500 gold pieces, but you'll have a lot of stakes.
Alchemist fire is too much. So you could get, I guess 10 times more means that a vial of acid would be 250. Yeah, that's crazy.
A donkey will be 80 gold pieces.
Thinking about getting a bag of caltrops, but hardly useful. Modern D&D. Okay, I'm just gonna replace my oil vial then.
okay.
Sounds good.
So we don't need to roleplay that out. I just do that. Hey, can you buy one of these kits if you don't have that skill?
Hmm?
Can you buy like
Like
a healer's kit if you don't have healing or herbalism or whatever it is?
Herbalism kit.
Proficiency with the healer's
Yeah,
kit or whatever.
proficiency with the thing. Like, can you use them unproficient?
Yes.
I mean, Phalen's proficient in herbalism kit if you want something
Okay,
done
then
with
I'll leave that then.
I don't have one, but I can use one.
Because you could buy one.
How much are they?
It says the healer's kit is.
She's not proficient with that. It's her herbalism is what she's proficient in.
But I don't think it's a. I think herbalism does use the healer's kit because there's no herbalism kit.
Oh well, her thing says herbalism kit. Her
Herbalism kit is a thing. It's 5
Yeah.
gold pieces.
Okay, I just don't see it in
Which
the
is
list.
50.
What's it for? Yeah, it's right here.
Yeah, so that's
4.
You
So-
use it to make antitoxin or potions of healing.
if that's worth it for us to do. If someone can use it, then we should maybe all chip in like 10 gold to get one.
You mean a healing
Or-
kit or a herbalism kit?
Well, whichever's someone can use.
The healing one is isn't that the one where if you don't have magic, you can still auto?
Yeah. No. Yes.
Auto stabilize, I think.
Yeah, auto
Yes.
stabilize.
I
Yeah.
can do that.
Bagpipes are 30 gold pieces. Bombs.
Yeah, it's weird. It says herbalism kit, but it doesn't say healer's kit in the description part.
Because it's not a healer's kit.
I know, but it says healer's kit with the price, and then it only says herbalism kit in the description section. I'm looking at the player's
Oh.
handbook.
Weird.
It looks like a mistake.
Well,
Well, let's get on.
All right. Okay, so I guess we don't get that then.
We can think about that later.
Yeah.
We don't need to do it
Do
right
it
away.
another time.
I don't think I'm gonna sit down and take the time to make some potions right about now.
No. We're probably not going to have time to do that.
Dmitry
And we
Kreskov
also-
is standing at the door, kind of pointing out towards the gate.
He's like,
Yeah.
you guys said you were leaving
Yeah.
at first light, so
I'm just going to buy this one flask of oil.
45 minutes later. But what color should I buy?
Which one? Oh, I like this vial a little bit better than that vial.
Hey, they have drums.
Can
Can I buy a drum?
Buy a drum. Buy a drum.
It's here. No? Fine. Whatever. I remember this, and, it's time to give out gifts to you guys. That's all right.
I'm going to buy a couple.
Is anything else you guys are up to before heading out of town?
No.
Nothing I can think of.
No.
Okay. So Dmitry walks you to the gate. I've arranged for guards to escort you to his place in the last night, but he doesn't feel the need to escort you to the gate with guards today. But he still walks you out himself. I wish you luck. We'll
Don't
be
worry.
here.
Next, we'll have some wine.
Don't worry, the wine
look
will
forward to
flow.
it. Yeah.
Save it.
Look
save
forward
a
to it,
chicken
and you
for
get
me.
you get the closest thing to a smile that he's had since you've seen him.
All right. We head off towards the Wizard of Wine.
Oh, he
and
gives you directions, by the way.
before I go,
Oh my god, thanks, dude.
Before I go, I
Finally.
hand him a good berry and I say, "This will heal you if you get injured, but it only lasts for 1 day."
Can I buy a ladder?
We tried to offer that to him yesterday.
Please stop.
But now
trying
we're
to offer
friends.
these-
But now we're friends.
We're not. I wouldn't go that far.
Well, I will do it because that's what Chewbacca does.
He takes the berry and he says he seems to take it at face value. He's a little puzzled by it. And he goes, "Well, thank you for the gesture," and he puts it in a pocket.
He's like, I'm not
He
gonna
says,
eat it.
head east out of town here. When you cross the bridge, take the right hand fork to the southwest immediately, and you should be head down that way. When you get to the clearing, you should see the Wizard of Wines on the right.
We do that. Oh, I guess we have all our spells and stuff back.
Hey guys,
You
ladder's
have
only
had a
like
long
a gold
rest.
piece.
I'm just gonna click on.
Do we need a
on this
ladder?
button.
We don't need a ladder.
They're cheap.
Okay, we're not shopping anymore, Filbert. We left. We're on our way to the Wizard of Wine.
Fine.
It's not super
Change
far
my
down the
spells, too.
road either.
And we'll get there. First thing we're going to need is a ladder.
Yeah, what? That'd be funny.
If only we had a ladder.
We had a ladder.
I told you. Yeah.
You guys never listen to me.
Never. That's alright.
Okay. So let's see. It's like 2 miles to the bridge, and maybe another 2 miles beyond that until you come to the clearing where you can see the Wizard of Wines. You guys see it on the map, I take it?
A second. Yes.
That too, for the hell of it. Okay. Wizard of Wines. As you leave the main road at the bridge, after a half mile, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. The trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into dark woods. A wooden signpost at the intersection points west and reads Vineyard. And you can see that basically leading the path leading into the clearing.
Is there a vineyard? Is there grapes?
There's a building, yes.
Well,
No, but is there actually a
and
vineyard?
the area that's kind of brownish with lines on it, those are grape plants.
Yeah, so there is an actual vineyard.
Mm-hmm. An actual vineyard.
Head to the vineyard.
Let's
A
head to the
light
house.
drizzle begins to fall. Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail with skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south towards a stately building. The fog takes on a ghostly form as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there you see rope-handled half-barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. A man wearing a dark cloak and cowl stands at the edge of the trees, beckoning you.
I bet
Head
he has
over.
chicken.
Doesn't appear to have any chicken.
This place disappoints me.
Head over that way.
Okay.
Begrudgingly, I follow.
As you approach, he kind of like gestures. He holds his hands flat and points them down to like kind of say like be quiet and be sneaky. And behind him, 8 other people emerge from the trees, also being kind of sneaky and trying not to make any noise. They're clearly with him, and they all beckon you forward. They're wearing dark leather rain cloaks and cowls.
Hmm.
And the one that beckoned you before beckons you closer again.
Can we make a insight on that?
Sure.
I don't like this already.
Yeah.
No!
Double critical fail.
Rough.
Yeah.
Cora she's so full
Oh,
of wonder, she's immediately coming towards him.
14.
It's so bad it makes ours worse.
Ramses is like, he clearly wants us to come closer. Cora is like,
I mean, she's
dude
going.
is a vampire, I can
Oh,
tell.
never mind. Okay.
I was about to ask, do they look like just regular humans, or do they look like weird?
Did they glisten in the
They
sun?
look kind of scruffy, but they look like humans.
Okay. Then yeah,
I will
Phalen will approach.
keep
Don't
my
go over there. We can't
earth
just trust these people.
shifter in my hand and walk over to him.
Ramses.
Okay. Good. Who are you, and what are you doing at our vineyard?
We hear that the shipments of wine have stopped. People are
Ugh.
concerned.
Of
Your
course.
son is also concerned.
We're here from
I'm
the
sure he is,
Department
and
of
he sent
Justice.
you
We're
out here
to
for
adjust your
wine.
mind.
No concern as what might be have
Well-
befallen us.
Well, no,
Actually,
he did want us to check in on you.
it is both.
Yeah.
They are concerned about you, and they are concerned mainly because suddenly the wine has stopped with no reason. And not just your son and the people of
Balaki.
Balaki.
Valaki, but
and
the
Kresk.
people of Kresk as well, right? They don't know what has happened, so they have sent us here to find out what is going.
Yes, we are always of service, he says
But
somewhat sarcastically. But I'm glad you're here. My name is Davian Martikov. This is my family. This is Adrian, Elvir, and Stefania. And also here we have Dag, Stefania's husband, and their children. I am
So-
glad you're here.
What is the issue?
We've been attacked. I think it was those damn druids.
Ooh. Druids?
Yes. They're blights. I have seen them,
Oh,
and
dark druids.
the darkest. They've raided the vineyard. They've stolen our, and he hesitates to answer what that is, our most valuable possessions. And I fear the wine will not flow as long as they're in possession of the vineyard.
Wine must flow.
Well, then
Indeed.
we'll take back possession of it.
The world is wrong without flowing wine.
Are they in your manor?
Yes. Yeah, I believe
How many?
so.
How many of them?
Druids? Probably 5. Blights? He kind of looks at the others in the group. One's like, I saw around 20. And the other
What's
guy
his?
says, I saw another 20 on the west side.
What are blights?
Oh, little kind of twiggy creatures.
Oops.
Let me see.
I forgot I was on stream on this thing and I switched over to the Spice Must Flow meme. I got a little distracted there.
Yep.
Yes, they're relatively small creatures made of wood, often with pointy bits, or vines, or twigs. But they come as large trees even. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any of those.
Yes, I have heard of these things.
Yeah, terrifying.
Very well. Is there
Individually, not very powerful, of course, but in groups.
where was the last place you saw these these blights?
Uh, 1 second. We've seen them intermittently in the fields, in the vineyards, by the house, even some in the woods. Fortunately, we've remained hidden, so they haven't seen us.
Oh, you have not actually been attacked by them?
Not since we left the vineyard, no. We were vastly outnumbered.
They must claim this as their territory.
Well, they've claimed it anyway.
Yes. And it will be hard to
Chewbacca,
remove
you're a
them.
druid. Could you talk to them?
I will try, but they are not, they're kind of like talking to evil creatures. They tend to just attack.
Well, worst comes to worst, we could take them.
I think so.
Very well.
I mean,
Talk first.
we killed 3 hags. I think we're good.
Could you burn them?
Oh, yes.
Maybe not like you did last time.
Unfortunately, I took ice knife today. to produce flame.
If you are here for wine, says Davian, Adrian, what was the last inventory we had there? And he says, well, Dad, there were 3 barrels in the loading dock, I think. 3 more in the cellar, and a bunch of bottles down there. And, of course, we still have some fermenting in the vats.
Yeah.
There's a fair bit, but we won't be able to make him any more unless... And Davian kind of shushes him.
All right, what's this about?
I was going to say, I feel like there's something you're keeping from us. We are here to help you.
Yes, we will free your land of these blights, but you must tell us what you were talking about.
That's a fair deal, says Davian. So free us of the blights, and I'll tell you what I was talking about.
Oh. Hmm. And I look over at Ramses to go, and I wiggle my fingers next to my eyes.
Let's go and see if we can talk to the druids first.
Okay. I won't charm him then.
No, there's no.
I really want to use that spell though.
I know you do.
Okay. I will cast.
Davian says, I'm gonna stay here with my family in case there's any trouble.
Of course
We
you
are
are.
actually going to suggest you stay with your family because.
I mean, yes, we were going to suggest that.
And they vanish back into the trees.
What do I get the feel like? I have a disposition to dislike this father guy. Does he live up to that, or am I just being biased?
Just he hasn't done anything to you personally to.
But when
give
he was
any
talking
indication.
about the druids taking his place, that seemed genuine. That it's his place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And the guy in Valaki indicated that it was his as well.
But that they had some kind of falling out or something.
They did.
Yeah. Or they didn't see eye to eye or something.
What? Parents and kids never have that, do they, Shabbat?
I'll just gloss over the thing that I said after that.
Situated in the midst of the vineyard, the winery is an old 2-story stone building with multiple entrances, thick ivy covering every wall, and iron fencing along its roofline. The trail ends at an open loading dock on the ground floor. A wooden stable of more recent construction is attached to the east side of the winery next to the loading dock. West of the winery is a crumbling well and a wooden outhouse.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on us all, so we can sneak around a bit and investigate.
Cool.
It lasts for an hour, and it is concentration.
That was a fun little hiccup.
So it adds 10 to everyone's stealth check.
Filbert and stealth.
Then that extra 10 will be necessary for you.
Indeed. It'll be in positive number territory then.
Hey.
Cora, don't trust these people.
Man, these were the people we were sent to help, so
She got 2 nat ones. She don't trust these people.
that's true.
Yeah, double nat one.
That's why she was like, Phil, just Ramses, what are you doing? No! Stop talking to these people.
Turn your back on
Oh
them.
gosh.
It was all a dream.
Cora's like keeping to the back, walking backwards, keeping an eye on them, you know, wherever they went off
He's
to.
just got the 2 fingers and just pointing at them.
She's like, I've been revitalized and I want to make sure they don't die today.
Should we make a stealth check to sneak around and see what we can see?
Sure thing.
See if I get another nat 1.
Double nat
Aw.
one.
So add
Aw.
10, so I got 28.
Wait.
Ramsey!
Ramsey got 19.
Oh, I'm good at survival. Wait, survival or stealth? What are
Stealth.
we rolling?
Oh,
Stealth.
yeah, I guess stealth to sneak
Oh,
around.
I'm
Then we should do it.
very good at stealth. I'm not
Did I
gonna.
run? I rolled the wrong one.
Well, I rolled
Yeah,
like
I don't.
garbage. That's
All
11.
that sneaking and stuff like that. That's for wimps.
So it's still a 21, Phalen. That would be a 17.
17.
I want Filbert to get a nat 1.
Yeah, come on, Filbert. What can you do?
All right, fine. I'm rolling. Close.
Hey, 18, not
Not
bad.
exactly
Solid
an
single
hour.
digits. What can I tell you?
Glad to get rid of my rolls now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just doing a little map maintenance here. Can bring you to the first floor. There we go.
Oh, is there a zoomed in one for this?
You bet there is.
Oh, yeah. Combat.
Uh-oh.
Or exploration doesn't necessarily have to mean combat. You know it's gonna be combat.
You know, as soon as I see something, I'm going to attack it.
What is that?
Okay, so we have
I mean,
here,
talk to
as
it.
described in the thing, in the text, an
This is the
open
outhouse.
loading dock on the ground floor, which you can see where the wagon is. A wooden stable of more recent construction attached to the east side of the winery next to the loading dock. West of the winery is a crumbling well and a wooden outhouse. So you can see the well clearly and the outhouse is shrouded. This is the stable to the right of the loading dock.
Or this here, right?
That's the stable doors, yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let
And
us...
there's an entrance on the west as well, the regular door. An entrance in the middle of the north side.
Let us stealthily walk around the outside of the house and look in all the windows.
Whoa.
Stealth
Yeah.
for wimps. Own your presence, man. Own your presence.
Who's got the good stealth rolls so far? It doesn't
It was
look like there was a
Cora.
lot of... Yeah, these stealth rolls are garbage. You hear the rustle of dead vines all around you. Inhuman shapes emerge from the vineyard.
Well, no,
But
we
they
all
have
have
Their
plus
plus
10.
10.
limbs
So their
crackling
17
as
is
they
the
trudge
lowest.
forth through the mist and rain.
But 17 would be
Yes.
the lowest because we have like
Pass
plus
without
10.
a trace.
Oh,
That's without
yeah.
trace.
So, pass without a trace sounds like invisibility, but isn't.
No, it gives us
It's
plus
not-
10 to our
It gives you
stealth.
plus 10 to your stealth roll.
Yeah, it's not quite. So this
They
is
can-
something that's yeah.
But I mean, if
Somebody
someone,
would definitely
if
still
something
see
can
Silver
see
proudly
us, then
owns his
yeah,
presence.
they can see us. But if we're sneaking around, hiding in the edges of the building,
Ooh-de-doo.
Doesn't matter. They saw us. It's fine.
Yep. They see
Silbert,
you.
Silbert singing out in front.
If they were tracking you, it'd totally be a plus 10 to stealth, right? Like this, the thing that they leave off is about tracks. Shadows and silence.
it says
Shadows and silence. Yeah.
says radiate from you. Yeah, masking you and your companions from detection. So it sounds like it does do that.
Silbert is making stealth noises.
Here's the description.
The problem is like if it really is essentially mass invisibility at second
It's
level,
not.
it's like
It's not
yeah,
It's not, though.
invisibility. It just adds a plus 10 to your stealth roll.
but
Yeah.
that is pretty darn close.
Yeah,
Well-
but you're basically passing without a trace. But if somebody's standing in front of you, this
Yeah, they're gonna see you. But if you're trying to hide and you're sort of keeping to the shadows, it does create more shadows for you to keep to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do tend to go with rules as written on this, so you might be right.
Haha, rules
Yeah,
is
they
written.
saw us. They saw us.
Finally,
Oh,
rules
shit.
is written is in our benefit.
Yep. Very well.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of. I think it's a kind of bogus spell too, but I have it. I'm gonna use it.
Yeah.
It is level
You
2. I mean,
do
it's not
hear the rustle of
first
dead
level.
vines all around you, and inhuman shapes are in the vineyard, but they don't seem to have to know where you are. Their limbs crackling as they trudge forth. There are 30 needle blights in 6 groups of 5 wandering in the vineyard around the building.
What the hell is a needle blight?
I will show you.
Whoa! I like pictures. I bet Cora's gonna have that same reaction. What the hell is that? I've never seen these plants in my. What the hell is that actually?
Filbert.
Oh,
Why do they
geez.
look like that?
I thought twigs. That's a little bigger than a twig.
Yeah, I was thinking like a twig, like little
yeah, you
little
said
shrub.
They're
twig.
made of twigs.
What you mean is
Plants.
a fucking like weird plant monster.
Well, so there's literally one called a twig blight. These are not them, but like there are
Oh, there's a
some that
bunch of
are
different kinds.
made
Okay.
of twigs. Yep.
No, I'm not
Needle
gonna lie. I
blights.
was imagining like the pre-burning bush of the Bible. Like it's just literal bush walking around. That's what I was
I
imagining.
am
Yeah, they're humanoid.
I'm considerably less confident we can take 60 of these things now.
Do you say
There's
60
only
or
30.
30?
There's only
30.
30.
And they're in groups of
Either
5
way.
all around the vineyard. He didn't say right
Oh,
at the
God.
house.
Yeah, we
They're
don't
not
know
right
how
at the
I
house.
strong
know.
these
They're
things are.
120 feet away from the house.
Yeah, but like I was really confident earlier, and I was like, we can take them. I'm less
Yeah, I was-
confident now.
I was thinking originally that they were like twig blades. I was thinking they were like
Yeah.
stick bugs.
I was like imagining like picture baby Groot basically is what I was thinking.
Exactly.
Sorry.
They are Groot.
That that one in the front there kind of looks like baby,
Yeah,
Teen Groot.
adolescent, 10-year-old Groot.
sure.
That doesn't help. That's not really helping.
Okay, so if
No.
we can avoid those ones to get to the house, then can we sneak carefully around the house to... Are there any around within this map, basically?
Nothing you can see.
How fast do these things move?
Okay,
after
where do
they
we
appear?
come in from?
They
This-
look like they're
this side?
walking about normal speed, human speed.
Crap.
So you can come into this map anywhere you want. You're coming in from the north, but you can come in on the east side or the west side of the building.
Okay, why don't we come in from this side, on the
By the
east
stable?
side, by the stable, and then are the stable doors closed or open?
They are closed.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so we should be able to.
Guidance myself. Possible.
Yeah, good idea. We should be
I
able
don't
to.
know.
Is this a window here?
That is open, yeah, but it's shadowed up there.
Okay, so how about if we go up to this spot? We'll go past these doors. Is there windows in these stable doors?
No, they're not.
Okay, so we'll sneak past those and get over to here and look in this way and see what we see.
Okay, why don't we drop you on the map?
I mean, this spell lasts for an hour, so we should just make use of it as much as we can before we have to fight.
Yay. Yeah, in character, I bet seeing 30 of those little guys running around, I'm a lot less confident in character that we can take care of them, because that's a lot of them.
If we fight each group as just 5, then we might be fine.
How about
Yeah.
fire?
We're talking about something our own size, though, so like we've never met these creatures before. Cora would be suitably nervous to fight 30 of them.
That's why we're
Yeah,
sneaking.
it's 30's a lot of them.
30
Yeah,
is a
but we're
lot
not
of them.
going after them in the moment.
Dude.
We're trying to get in the building.
Yeah.
To go all meta,
Whoa.
action economy is not in your favor.
Oh, I
No.
wasn't even thinking about that. I was just,
Um,
damn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Are these things slow? Are they?
No, they have a similar movement speed to you guys.
That ain't great.
Can they be burned?
Well, my first suggestion was Shabaka try and talk to the druid because he's a druid, although he doesn't have a good charisma score, so I didn't think about that.
I think we should scout the house first and then decide on that.
Yeah.
Are they observant?
They have not seen you. So you guys are appearing into the loading dock. Parked in the loading dock is a wagon with 3 barrels set in braces on the bed. A raised wooden walkway runs along the west, south, and east walls. Through a hole in the ceiling, you can see a wooden arm of a loading crane with ropes and hooks dangling from it.
Okay.
So you can see here the rest of the room now that you're close.
Right, so... So 2 doors in there. This is a window. There's no window into this room here, right? The stable.
That's right. There's no door into the stable either. It appears to be cut
Just-
off from the
Just
rest
the
of
front
the
door.
Yep.
Okay. So let's scout the rest of the outside first, and then maybe go in the stable.
There are 2 doors in the southwest corner of the loading dock, and a hole in the ceiling where the crane comes through.
Okay.
Could we go up there? Would the barrels be coming from another location through that hole?
Yes. Yep, they're loaded from above.
Yeah. So we could try to go up through. Quite literally get the drop on someone.
You can see in the area above this map, there's a little area revealed now.
How
Oh.
high up is that?
Oh, it is.
Oh, I see. Oh, so this is a 2-story house, and this is like a place where they drop
2-story house.
barrels down.
That's
Okay, I get it.
great.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't I climb up there and... Actually, I'm not the best at climbing. Who's good at climbing?
What skill is climbing?
Athletics.
or acrobatics? Athletics,
Phalen's got a +4 to both athletics and acrobatics.
Okay.
Nice.
Phalen, why don't you climb up and see what's up there?
Yeah, rad. I'll do that. What should I
Okay.
roll?
Yeah, go with athletics.
Cool. It doesn't actually matter. They're the same.
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
Hey,
3 and a 4.
didn't you get guidance?
No.
Guidance. No, I'd lose the... Never mind, I can't do it. I'd lose the thing.
Yeah, also I rolled a 3 and a 4. I don't think it's going to go great.
Unless the DC was 10.
That's true, but I doubt it.
Oh, I thought
I
guidance
don't think
gave
I
you
even
more dice.
Like, that's rough.
It's funny.
You know what? This is actually not a difficult climb. A DC 10 would do it if you can arrange that.
Too late for that, methinks.
Well, if we could do it pre, I could always cast Bless.
Hey,
Bless.
So Phalen is having trouble climbing up.
Oh,
If you
it's
want to
attack or saving.
cast
No.
Bless, go for it.
No, it won't. It's only attack and saving throws.
All right, okay. Then yeah,
doesn't somebody else have guidance though?
Yeah.
Go ahead and cast it on her. She'll try again.
Did I know that Phalen was going up?
Well,
do now.
you've seen me start climbing.
It didn't
Oh,
work.
Well, then shit. The
Cool.
fuck? Okay. You get
I have to roll a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
Can she use
Nope,
the
that's a 2.
Suffer.
That's a 9.
Classic.
Oh, fuck.
Bye
I only
bye.
ever roll bad when it's a skill I'm supposed to be good at.
It's raining,
Okay.
isn't it?
It is.
You could slip a little bit. That's why.
Yeah.
Giving excuses.
Can she just climb the rope? Is that what she's trying to do?
No, she probably fell on her booty.
1 second.
He has to decide what happens to the failure.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't fall and take any damage or anything like that. You're just having a hard time getting up. You can really take your time at this one.
So she can take 10 then?
It's not taking 10, but
You
But
could
with
just try
time-
climbing over the wagon. I mean, it's right there with the barrels
Sorry,
on
what
it
am
and
I
all
doing
that.
now?
Just trying to climb up.
I assume that she
Try
would be
again.
climbing up the barrels
I'm
to
trying
get onto
again.
Try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
says you can
Oh,
try
yeah.
again.
It's,
That's so much better.
you don't need
That's a
it.
There you
22
go.
and a 19.
yeah.
That's
Man,
way better than my 7 and 8.
So
sometimes
were you
just
jumping
need
up
a
and
solid mind.
grabbing onto the railing and pulling yourself up, or were you climbing up the
Yes.
rope? Or okay.
No. I want to do the most dramatic thing I possibly can.
We'll just plummet.
Okay.
I want to
No.
do whatever shows off how strong I am the best.
The upper area. Let's see. I shall reveal it.
Put yourself up there, Phalen.
Does a wolf pounce? What?
Oh,
Oh.
Buff.
Oh, you see that, do you? Yes. This room has a wooden floor with a 10-foot square hole cut in the middle of it. Looming over the hole is a wooden winch. Perched atop it is a man with wild hair, rotted teeth, and skin painted red with blood. He waves
Oh,
a
I don't think
gnarled
we're gonna be able to
staff
talk to
made
him.
from a black branch and babbles at you.
Oh.
oh, this might be the
Dad?
druid. Do you
They
call
probably
out that
saw
there's a
ya,
dude up
buddy.
there?
As soon as she does, you're gonna call
Well,
attention
he
to where
saw
she
us,
is.
so it's like
Yep.
my
Is that Dad?
fun waves.
Rah! He says, and he waves his stick at you, and the end of it begins to glow, and
Initiative.
Yeah.
roll for initiative next
Yeah,
week.
fair.
Next
Fair.
week. Yeah.
Yep.
Ah.
Oh, next week? Ah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spent too long buying oil and ladders.
Yeah.
And having dreams.
Okay,
The
I
dream was
didn't.
important.
That was
Yep.
The
more
dream was
story
important.
relevant than buying oil.
He
See,
made
I
sure to
wanted
get
to
the
buy a
flavored one.
ladder. And you guys showed
Then I would
Ironically,
run-
so
Ironically, yeah, that would have been
Oh,
useful.
Ironically, the ladder totally would have saved you the climb roll right there. That is hilarious, actually.
They mocked me
Uh,
for buying a ladder, but
Yeah. Filbert was
I
just
thi-
looking at the price list and like, a ladder's only a silver piece. That means it's a gold piece. I could buy one of them.
Yeah. That being said, if we had put up the ladder, then the druid would have known you were there before you got to the top. So that would have been great.
although
yeah.
just imagine
been
yourself
funny.
carrying a
Surprise
ladder all the way over here.
Inconspicuously.
Yeah. Passed without a trace. Hides the ladder.
I would say you're rolling at disadvantage if you're carrying something that big, though.
Oh yeah, it's like a 25-pound thing that you're just kind of carrying over your head because it is like, I don't know, 10 feet long.
Is it that long? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not an extendo ladder. It's just a ladder.
No,
Right.
it's
It's
just
not like a
ladder.
modern ladder. It's
And it's
you
not
know,
made of aluminum, it's made of wood.
Yeah.
But see, like,
Although,
Phalen
with his
normally
strength, he
should,
could easily
climbing
carry
should
it.
not be a problem. I
I
just rolled real
You would
bad.
think.
Real
It's not
bad.
rain.
Yeah.
Like, we're giving the rain as the excuse. That's all you have to say.
Yeah, like I have +4 to both acrobatics and athletics. I should be able to climb, but no. The dice say no.
Yep.
The dice said, "Get out of here. Get off my lawn."
Get off my lawn, exactly. All right, well, next time, combat.
Next time.
Cora feels
Yeah.
fulfilled and very confused.
Right? At least
All
you have
right,
purpose.
well-
Perfect.
I
Thanks.
thought you were gonna have her like eaten. I thought combat was gonna start and she was gonna be out of it.
This is what you get. Yep.
This is what I get for offering my sword to other people. Okay, no
Right?
sharing.
No sharing. Sharing isn't caring this time.
No.
Hey, Phalen told her it's her sword.
Alan is
What?
right.
It's true, but like from Cora had 3 different. From Cora's perspective, I think I explained it out of character, in character before.
Mhm.
That the
Yep.
2 options were either, well, technically there's 3 options. Either the sword was a new sword and it was tricked somehow, or it was a stolen valor sword from a tomb. And the tomb one made more sense to her. And because that would also like explain a lot of other things. And so she was like, I just spelled the end of my entire family by having a stolen fucking sword and I can't even bring it back.
Mhm. No, it was tricked too. Yeah.
That's okay. We
It
understand.
wasn't just you.
Do you
Or it
like
was
any of the names that I put out there?
Not everybody can be picked by the spirit penguin.
Yeah, I liked Sumaya.
Samaya?
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't looking.
Yeah. I was Jasira, Shaneri, and Samaya.
I
I'm
like
quite
Bill.
fond of
Somi,
Bob.
Soma.
I like
Bob-
Samaya as well.
Bob.
Samaya.
Wasn't
Okay.
it Doug first? Yeah. Or Bill.
Which
It was Bill
version?
was first one. So
Samaya with the I or
I li-
Samaya with 2 Y's?
Two
Jambalaya.
Y's and the U.
2 Y's. Yeah.
And the U. I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Samaya.
So that's the sword's name now. Samaya.
Maya.
There you go.
Cool.
Look at her. She's my beauty.
Which
She's also
actually
like my mother at this point, or like my aunt. She says I'm being stupid.
She's your cool aunt.
She's telling me I'm being stupid.
but
Use
none of
me in
us
Batman,
none of
please.
none of
She's
us
your-
even
she's your
know about
whiny
her,
aunt.
right? Because that was all in your head.
Yeah.
So none of us know even anything about it.
I mean,
Well, she mentioned it to Phalen.
yeah, and briefly
just
to
like,
Ramses.
okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
The
Yeah.
sword. The sword said.
I told you that the sword picked you.
Yeah, I like Fallon. She's like, instincts. I should know. Also, you're a princess, so of course that makes sense.
You keep
mean, what
you keep
princess
getting
doesn't
into
have a dope
situations that
sword?
expose your plot elements quickly.
What? Because me offering the sword to Fallon?
So that, and also like going to Madame Eva and like, I want a reading. It's like, crap. I did not expect this to come up tonight. Okay, here we go.
Cora is a what developer.
Yep.
She's a
Sure.
busy bee.
She's busy.
Alrighty, I think that's it then. So thanks for playing, everybody. And
Good times.
we will see you, I guess, next week.
Yes.
Is everybody in next week?
I think so.
Yeah.
1 sec.
I think so too.
Great.
I don't usually ever have any plans at 3 o'clock in the morning, so
Yeah, fair. I'm just coloring a mandala.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Next week it will be. Get
yeah,
into a fight right away.
Druids.
Mhm.
Yeah, great.
Evil druids.
Druids and twigs.
A lot of really, really, really big twigs.
Yes.
Right.
They're humanoid twigs.
Yes. Originally, I thought they were going to be much smaller.
I seriously was imagining just a straight up bush, and then I was like, okay, that's not a. Nope.
Nope.
I was still picturing something of like either small or medium size. So
Yeah, I
Isn't
was
it-
thinking
isn't it
like
medium?
tiny.
yeah.
These are medium.
So,
I
So
was
there's-
imagining tiny. Yeah.
I think there's 3 kinds of blights in that picture. There's like, and the one that you're contemplating now is a medium one.
that's the needle ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this isn't a blight. This is a person, right?
Yes.
That is a person. Yes. A ragged.
We might have found the source of it all.
Fallon got cursed at too. Yeah.
Right, that's not
Cursed?
very nice. Cursed at.
Yeah.
First.
That's what I had to deal with the entire last half an hour. Is like, hey, pay attention to me. So they're trying to look at the screen, and I have
He's
a
watching.
dog face and right there and staring at me.
It's like, wait, what's in the dark area?
Yeah.
I should post this picture. Hold on, let me see if I got it. So my dog never watches TV ever.
That dog looks
Yeah.
really unimpressed.
He's not impressed.
1 second.
It's like, you guys are fucking
like,
idiots.
Pay attention to me, you moron.
He's an old man, even though he's like literally a baby.
Yeah, this dog's like 8 months old.
You have to drag this into the screen so people can see it on the stream. Nope, that doesn't do it.
Here.
I don't think I can.
It's pretty bad when I'm being judged by a dog.
You're being judged by a toddler.
Yeah.
See if that sense.
There we go. Now it's in the stream. This is the dog
Toddler?
we're all talking about.
Yeah. The toddler.
Who's looking at us like y'all really didn't have like a single plan? Okay.
That's the screen size you play on? Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It's a projector. He's
Yeah.
extra.
Yeah, it's like it's a happy doggy there.
That'd be great for
That's-
DMing.
Oh yeah.
Like live, you can still use a VTT. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. It's
That
it's
dog
like
is
11 foot across.
losing it.
right.
Hey,
She's-
rotten beast, come back here.
She's never watched TV before, but for some reason, that dog in Diablo 4, she just goes flying. Dog ran
That
off the
reminds
screen,
me
so
of-
she tried to dive under the table.
It reminds me of when I was playing Luigi's Mansion 3, there are like these birds, and my cat was like fucking fascinated by them.
I'm gonna get
It
him.
was like, okay, weirdo.
I played
Where's-
one of those YouTube bird videos
Oh, yeah,
for my cat,
We play
and
those for my
he
cat
just
too.
flipped out. Yeah.
What do you have?
Won't show that one.
What was that? How do you find a
Okay,
balloon?
well, I'm gonna end the stream right now, but you guys
Yeah.
continue talking if you want.
As the sun